things that you need: a notebook, magazines, contact paper, tape, some scissors, double-sided tape, and washi tape. We have to make sure that the magazines cover the entire notebook, like that first row. We can't use it. The first few steps is just to browse through all the magazines and just find whatever you want your notebook to look like. I picked out surfing magazines because I love the beach and surfing. So we have to put some double-sided tape in order to align the page with the notebook. Just make sure that it's all covered up. We'll get all the other corners and set the paper as the cover of the notebook. In the front part of the notebook, you're gonna use double-sided tape. Regular tape, it's only for the spine of the notebook. Once your page is set up, you will turn the notebook around just so that you can see the paper and cut following the lines of your notebook. We are going to secure the magazine page in the entire spine of your notebook. We don't want any of that like popping up or we're putting our washi tape. Now, every time we start covering up our notebook, we want to start at the side of the page that is straight. So that way we don't risk messing up our picture and that it'll be a little tilted. Unless you actually want it tilted, start at the side of the page that is straight. Just align it with the notebook. If the side of the page is to the spine of the notebook, don't worry about it. We'll cover that up with washi tape later on. But always make sure that you start taping the page with the side that is straight. Now for the washi tape, you want to cut out a piece that is as long as the spine of the notebook. Just set it on there. It doesn't have to be perfect, just to what you like. This washi tape can be found in Walmart, Hobby Lobby, any kind of craft store area. Sorry, that was my dog. We're gonna cut off the excess now, and we're ready for contact paper. I have posted a link of the description for the kind of contact paper that I used. I like this contact paper because it's thick, so I don't risk it breaking once I am setting it down. It would completely ruin the entire notebook and I would have to start over. So just check out the link on the description box below. For the notebook, we're doing it as if we were just wrapping a Christmas present. We always want to make sure that we have an inch in each of the corners. An inch left to fold over. Now, the reason I picked up the paper like that is to make sure that, it's even both of the sides. In setting up the sides, just make sure that you have at least an inch on each side. Grab the notebook and following the spine as to where the cover actually opens, just cut that area there so that it's possible for the flap to be folded over into the cover of the notebook. And now we are going to prepare the flaps of the contact paper. We are cutting each of the corners with like a triangle, where we're making a diagonal cut, so that way when the flaps fold over, they don't go over and touch each other. cut the excess of the spine flaps. It doesn't have to be close to it because we can fix that once the contact paper is actually set. Now, one of the most important cuts and most difficult cuts that we're gonna make to the contact paper is the spinal cut, so that way we can set the contact paper separately in each of the sides of the notebook. You're going to cut just the paper without touching the contact paper, which means you have to separate and put the scissors in between them. Now, in order to set the contact paper on the notebook, we have to turn the contact paper around so that way the paper is touching the notebook and the plastic is on the other side. Now, it's gonna be a little bit difficult, but just redo the folds in the other direction so that way the flaps are on the opposite direction they were folded to. And we're going to start setting up the contact paper. Carefully separate the paper from the plastic, and using any kind of credit card or plastic or even ruler, we're going to set the paper an inch at a time so that way we don't have any air bubbles in it. You're going to be tempted to open the notebook and set the contact paper while the notebook is open, but you have to fold over the flap while the notebook is as close as possible, because that way our magazine paper doesn't move and it doesn't create tension that would keep the notebook open when you don't want it to. Take the credit card or ruler or plastic that you're using and also slide it across the flaps so that way we don't have any air bubbles in the inside of the notebook. And now repeat the process on the other side of the notebook. I always recommend doing the back of the notebook first, because the second part of setting out the contact paper is the easiest and it usually looks the prettiest, and you want that to be the front of your notebook. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's tutorial. Consider subscribing if you like what you learned today. Every week I post a new DIY tutorial, so if you have any suggestions or anything you'd like me to teach or learn, comment down below. Thank you for watching, guys. Sorry for my very thick accent, but if you guys didn't understand something or have any questions, don't hesitate in contacting me. Bye!